is Amanda Glass. I am a graduate student at Georgetown College. I have conducted an action research study titled, How Does the ESL Online Teacher Certification and Endorsement Program at a Small Liberal Arts College Shape In-Service Graduate Students' Professional Beliefs and Practices? The focus of this study is the online ESL Teacher Certification and Endorsement Program at Georgetown College. The research question is important because many completers of the ESL certification programs online do not feel confident in their abilities to lead the teachers in their school on best ESL practices, but they are expected to be experts and to train their teachers in their schools. So this study is to find that missing link of what we can do to make sure these teachers feel confident in leading their schools and working with mainstream teachers and administration to ensure success of the ESL students. Research while doing this study supports themes of effective collaboration between mainstream teachers and ESL teachers, the impact of teacher education programs on attitudes and actions of professional ESL teachers, and ESL student advocacy. This is all done to help the teachers exit the ESL certification program, prepare to lead their educational communities, and improve their students' experiences and education. To ensure the validity and the reliability of the results of this study, the researcher used a triangulation mixed methods approach and conducted a variety of data collection techniques in the form of a survey, writing prompt, and individual interviews of all 7 of the participants identified. All students in the study are at Georgetown College in the online graduate school and online teacher certification program for ESL. The participants are volunteers, and you can see some of the demographics and descriptive statistics in the following table. This demographic provided the most insight on the daily practices of mainstream and ESL educators within the educational community, as well as collaboration between the 2 groups of educational professionals. Privacy practices will consist of consent forms being collected from each participant and their data being stored on a password-protected computer and destroyed as of January 10th, 2020. As you can see, we had a good mixture of ESL teachers and mainstream classroom teachers in the study. There were 3 out of 7 teachers were professional ESL teachers. 3 out of 7 were mainstream classroom teachers, and 1 out of 7 was a paraprofessional or a bilingual instructor. The majority of the teachers in this study have worked 2 to 5 years as a certified teacher, and they have worked less than 1 year as an ESL teacher. During the data collection phase of the study, the researcher took surveys and writing prompts simultaneously from the teacher participants and analyzed that information before conducting interviews. Interview data was then transcribed, reviewed, and coded for themes, and those themes were then taken into account with the surveys and writing prompts, and meta themes were then assigned. This is where the triangulation starts to translate into viable and reliable results. The meta-themes identified in this study were the lack of experience in ESL teachers, ESL teachers' expectations to be experts in the field, and the need for inclusion of ELs in the mainstream class with accommodations. You can see those meta-themes here in the code mapping table in cooperation with the themes and codes found in all 3 data collection tools. Throughout data collection processes, teachers indicated to me that collaboration was in the form of modifications, accommodations, push in and pull out programs, and very little was placed on actually using strategies continuously in the mainstream classroom by mainstream teachers. The ESL program essentially functions as a separate entity from the main classroom, and there's a definite separation of strategies and implementation of teaching and scaffolding techniques. The majority of students are visited or visit an ESL teacher for a short period of their day, and the rest of their day is spent with their mainstream teachers, but the strategies aren't being utilized. This brings to light the importance of an experienced, confident, and prepared ESL teacher leader. And what it shows is that these teachers coming out of the ESL program, being certified in ESL, are expected to be able to train other teachers and to be an expert in the field. However, they aren't feeling as though they're ready for that because they lack the experience in actually performing the strategies themselves. They have the knowledge, but they haven't yet used all of that knowledge and all of those skills that they've learned to feel confident in showing other teachers. The following literature review supports the results showing that we need to somehow put the ESL students more in the mainstream, giving them accommodations and giving their mainstream teachers strategies to use throughout the day. And it also supports the leadership requirements of the ESL teacher, not just being the teacher, but also the trainer and the coach for other teachers within the school system working with ESL students. Based on the data and the results found in this study, it is the recommendation of the researcher that the ESL endorsement and certification program at Georgetown College provide a mentor program for their ESL endorsement seekers. While in the ESL certification program, it would be beneficial for them to have an ESL teacher mentor to observe, collaborate with, and gain vital experience from so that when they exit the program, they feel ready to lead their school.